Hi everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would come very quickly to make some tags with you for my rose journal. And I've made a prototype, something like that. And what I've done here is that I've got some of these pages which are actually like crochet patterns, but some of them have just blank parts where the pattern ends, okay? And I'm using this as a base, so I'm going to be covering on this side, and then this is the side where we can write on. Okay, so that's what I'm using, and I'll give you the measurements of the tags now. So I just needed a few for my journal because I want to make different types of tags, but I thought I'll mass make on a few of these kind of ones. Okay, so it is 10 centimeters wide, and it is what is it, 15 centimeters long. Okay, and that in inches will be 4 inches wide, and then what would it be, about 6 inches long. Okay, so what do we need in order to make this? Obviously you'll need your tag bases, and you can use anything that you want to. You can even use book pages and then line it with coffee dyed page on the side that you want to write on. Okay, and then I kind of put a little bit of a background over there if you look. So I just got some pages that I took out or that I will be using. Okay, and I'm trying to match the colors in my journal. I've got some what is this here? So some script, because I want to put script at the back. Now I've got some on this one I have a bit of doily, tea stain doily or coffee stain doily, the paper doilies, but I'm not sure whether I want to use that there. So I didn't take out much to use on in terms of that. So there's your script here, there's your pattern page. Then I put some music paper over here, but you can put book page, or you can put anything, or you don't even have to put anything if you don't want to. And then our focal point, and I've got a little label over here, and then I've got a little what's this, tab over here. Okay, so the tab is also punched with the leftovers of that crochet pattern page. Nothing else. So let's get started. The only thing we need to take out is some paper that we might use, whether it's book page or anything else. Right, so I'm gonna make the first one like completely, and then maybe we will go into kind of a what's the word, like production line. Okay, so remember to turn, and then you'll need ink if you're inking your edges. Okay, so this, for example, this is going to go here. You don't need it to go to the top, because remember you are going to use this on the top like that. So for example, maybe I'd want to use it somewhere over there. So if I have to look at it, I'll probably cut it off somewhere here. So I'll just line it up here with the ends just meeting, and then maybe somewhere over here I'm gonna just cut it down to size like that. Okay, and then that's going to be the top like this here, and it is wider at the moment than my page, which is perfectly fine, because that's going to go there. And then we are going to look for something that can go underneath it like that. So what do we have over there? If we got that there, and then this over here, so that works perfectly. So we can actually do something like that. Okay, so you can then ink up your edges, like ink up this edge here if you want a little bit more of a contrast, or if you want it to blend in a bit more, then you don't have to ink it up. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece first, because this is going to go on top of it. And let's go. So I think I'm going to use some glue, And I am also going to use some wet glue and a glue stick as well. And I am going to apply my glue straight onto this because that piece is larger than my tag, and I don't want to necessarily ink that entire piece up there. Okay, so let's do this so that we can use it more for a longer period. Right, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put this here down. I'm going to take it, I'm going to line it up edge to edge, kind of like that. And then we'll just trim off the excess, right? And I didn't put any wet glue, so let me just go in and just put some wet glue here, because this, for some reason, it doesn't seem to be the best of glue sticks, and yet sometimes it is. I'm not sure whether in winter it's not a good glue stick. I have no idea, to be honest. So this is going to go here now, this part here, and then I am also going to glue this down here, or this part here, with my glue stick first, and then I'm gonna add some wet glue. So hope that you are all well and having a great week so far. It is Tuesday evening, you know, quite late in the evening, I might add as well. But I just thought, since I've got all the items ready for this, that maybe I could do a quick video and then post it through the week, right? So that looks pretty well stuck there. Just going to take it to the end, on the top at least, to match it there. And also I can kind of feel, or you should turn it over, make sure that you have enough that it's overlapping on, or you can actually cut it exactly to size. See, I've got it overlapping here and overlapping here, so I know that it's covering my entire tag. Okay, and then let's just quickly make sure that this is down firmly like that. Okay, and that's basically it. It would be best to leave this to dry a bit first before actually cutting into it. But I wanted to show you what it's going to look like beforehand. I mean, you know, as one, and then we can do a little bit of a mass make. I don't think I'm going to make too many of it. Oh, the light is in my way. I can't really see where's the lines to cut. Yep, so that's one line, and my word, this is really difficult. Can't really see the line there, but I know that this needs to be straightened out over here as well. So the really quick and easy project, not a lot of preparation to go into it, and you get your, you know, you can really mass make this to get enough tags to put into your journal. Okay, so that's basically what it looks like when it's done. I already, you know, cut off the edges and stuff like that. So let's see what we're going to use in terms of book pages or music page, or whatever we want. So I forgot to take these out. So maybe something like this, I'm not sure. You can just test it to see whether you want to use it with your images. So what I did is I have already inked my images, and it's somewhere over here if I can find it. Yep, there you go, there's it here. So if you have to play around with it, let's just say, okay, I want that there like that, and then you know, depending now where you want that. So let's say you want it there. So if I think I'm gonna tear off some of this part over here so that just a little bit more of my writing will show, like that. Okay, so something like that, and then I can put that over there. Now I'm trying to center this image in terms of not up and down, but more side to side, like that. Okay, and as I mentioned, then you can put a, you can put a piece of a paper doily or whatever you want over there. So I'm going to do that, and then what I'm going to do is that somewhere over here I have some what's this word? Yes, labels. Now I've got a whole variety, but I think this could be Tracy Fox ones because I don't keep them separate. Okay, now what I want to do on this is I want to add a little bit of gauze, okay, medical gauze, coffee stain medical gauze behind this before I stick it down. So for now we can stick this down here. Okay, and if you want to, you can also ink it, like, to define it, like that. And then just some glue, like that. So these images over here, I think I might put it on my Facebook group as a freebie. Well, not on my Facebook group, on my Kofi shop as a freebie, but the link to it will be on my Facebook group to get over to my Kofi shop. Okay, because I did design them specifically for this project in mind, and but I haven't as yet put it on. So if you are a follower of mine on Facebook, Sunny Creates Junk Journals, then you should be seeing it there maybe in the next few days or so. Yeah, because it's like late here in South Africa on Tuesday. And if you don't see it there, just send me a message on my Facebook group, okay, and just remind me, because tomorrow morning I might probably forget to put it on over there. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it straight so that I can put it on there, and I'm not putting it too much to the top because remember I am going to put a tab over there. For these ones I'm just doing the tabs. The next round of tags that I make, I'll probably put some ribbon and stuff like that. So this is going to go into my Rambling Rose junk journal, and I want it to be kind of shabby chic and bit of shabby and vintage, okay, at the same time. if that's possible. Okay, so I'm gonna add this here, but I think it might be too much. Let's see. Don't want too much. Yes, I think that's enough. The reason is my other, I have a tendency of bulking up my journals, so I don't really want to put a lot of stuff, because what I do is that I like to create places where I can take them out and write. So not necessarily write on the page itself, but take the ephemera out and then write on it, and then put it back in there. So that's just about it there. And then what we can do is that we can take our tab now and we can place it on it. Let's do that, and we'll wait for the rest to dry over here. Okay, and then the last thing that you would need to do is that you would need to ink it. Ink around like that there, and then you can kind of go into a mass make after this. So the other thing you could do, which maybe I can do now, oopsie, let's see, no, just stretching because I'm only thinking about it now. Just 1 second. Okay. Since they are all roses, maybe what we would like to do is, oh well, you don't have to do it because they're all roses. You can do it because they're botanical as well. So, you know, just add that piece over there if you want to, like that. It's not necessary. It's just something that you can do. Okay. Yes, this is giving me a problem. It doesn't want to stick, probably because it's got the gauze on it. So let's add some fabric glue to it, and then it should stick. So I'm just going to put that to one side there, and I think we can use that. There we go. Yeah, so just straightening it up. I'm taking advantage of the fact that the glue is still wet, and I'm straightening that up. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just ink around it like that. Now I think I've already inked the back, if I'm not mistaken, just so that I can call it done. Yes, and to go into my journal. So they are a little bit weak at the moment, but you can expect that because the glue is drying. But as it dries, it gets a much stronger to use. There we go, done and dusted. So let's go into a mass make with the rest of them now. Let's put that to one side and that there. Right, so there's the first one. Do we want to stick with this? Can we use this piece here? Yes, I think we can use this piece here. On this one over here, let's rather go straight down. So not at an angle, but straight down. Okay, so in that case, what I can actually do is that I can use my, what's this ruler? The one with the jagged edge, or the, you know, the one that will create some kind of a pattern like that. And this one I think I'm gonna ink over here like that, simply because it's, you know, creating an edge. If you don't have the ruler, you can use like a pair of decorative scissors like that. Okay, and then I think for this one here, so I've got 3 to do. Okay, I think for this one here I might just pull out something like this here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at how wide I need it to be, and I'm going to make it a little bit wider than I should make it. Okay, and let's just put that to the side, and then let's just bring out our trimmer. Since we have the trimmer, let's bring it out. Ta-da. Okay, and let's just cut a piece on how long we want it, probably to be, yep, over there. And there we go. And then on this one here we can do that. Okay, and if we want to, on this one we can kind of maybe tear it, and let's see what we get. Okay, so tear it like that. Let's see the effect we're going to create. Let's do this one first. So there's that there, right? Cool. And then we'll put the other page in there. Now let's see if we can get something that's wide, tall enough. yeah, this will work. This is tall enough. Okay, so let's put that down there firstly. And let's ink this, glue this like this, and then let's add some also some glue to it. Just all over here, and it doesn't hurt to run some down here as well. Okay, like that. And then let's bring this piece here now. So my hands are nice and inky, and I'm trying to line it up so I don't have to cut that edge like that. Now it's sticking. It is sticking. Let's just try and do that again so that we line everything up. All right, and then let's get this here sorted out. And glue. And as I mentioned, doesn't hurt to put some in as well. And then we can add this kind of here. Oopsie, that's not straight. I just want it straight and covering all the edges. Okay, so that's that now. And then there's it here. There we go. So yeah, that's fine. Right, that's done. And then let's go on to the next one while that dries. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my stool right here. Okay, so now let's do this one. And I said we're going to use that there, right? Okay, we're going to use that there, and then we're going to probably use this here and that there. Okay, fine, I'm doing that. Let's first glue like this, yeah. And yeah, so I think on this one, this project, or this this journal over here, that I probably might have a lot of ephemera that is not custom made for the journal, but you know, with all my videos that I've done, part of the Roxy's weekly challenge and others videos as well, that like M Scrap Busters and stuff like that, that I actually might have some ephemera that can that will match the journal, let's put it that way. So I need to pull that box of lovelies out, all the ephemera that I made, and I need to then see what is going to work. Okay. So we've got this piece now. That's fine there. And then we can put this. Yes, working with a glue stick is really messy, eh? I find working with glue stick more messy than if I'm working with this. But as I mentioned, it may suit some people, but to me it's a little hard on my hands, I must admit. So I'm not quite enjoying it as much as I thought I would, but in terms of let's just try to move this a little bit more there. Yeah, in terms of not losing the pin, which I seem to have a problem with, then it works for me. But maybe I must just go in and put my dangle back. I do have a glue dangle. I don't know why I don't use it. So let's do that. And then, what is happening here? Let's use this side now. Mess that up a bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my cement eraser. Alright, so we're supposed to add some more glue here. Like that. There and there. Yeah. So I can actually, I don't know about now, this is an interesting question. Like, I'm in the south, of course. I'm in South Africa, okay? You can't get souther than that. So, we are in August. It is kind of our winter because the 1st of spring, you know, officially starts off the 1st of spring. Look at me. The 1st of September officially is when our spring kind of begins. We say it's spring day over here in South Africa and stuff like that. But I can tell you that it's getting noticeably warmer here. I mean, I don't have to sit with a heater when I'm working from home these days. Normally I will have the heater on and off during the course of the day, but I don't need to do that now. And I'm not wearing my boot slippers. I'm just wearing ordinary slippers. Like right now, I just don't eat. I mean, I've got a very thin jersey on and a little vest on the inside, but so I am feeling a tad bit cold, but not really, you know, very cold. So I'm wondering if we're starting to feel warm over here in South Africa. Are you starting to feel colder in the north? Is the weather starting to change, or do you still feel like it's really summer out there now in the north? So, because I know, I don't want to do that one. Let's do this one because this one is more dry. So just interesting because I live in the province of Gauteng, and Gauteng is one of the colder provinces in South Africa. So what does a province mean? I don't know. I think it might equate to like a state, but you know, I think you can equate it to that. But in terms of area, you know, coverage, I'm not sure how big the states are. Maybe you have some in the US. You might have some smaller states, some larger states. But funny enough, Gauteng is a very small province compared to the rest of the provinces as well. So it could just like equate to something like that. Yes, and then where was I going with this? Oh yes, so Gauteng is normally colder than, for example, Limpopo or KZN, not Limpopo, Northwest, KZN, especially, you know, like I think the Northwest and KZN. So when you speak to family in, I got family in KZN, which stands for KwaZulu-Natal, okay? And they're on the coast and we are not. So they don't feel winter as badly as us over here. And now they're saying that, I mean, if my mum, who lives in KZN, is saying that it's warming up significantly over there, because every time I spoke to her, it's freezing cold, and it's like not freezing cold. It's like 10, 11 degrees in the morning there, and I'm like, you don't know what freezing cold is, Mom, you don't know. Okay, but even she's saying that the days are getting quite pleasant over there where she is. So I think we are definitely in South Africa warming up now. And I'm not a winter person. I don't like winter, simply because I feel colder than everybody else. Yeah, but let's go. So I am really, I also don't like summer, funny enough, because then I can't stand being too hot at the same time. So my favorite season, as you can imagine, would be spring, to be honest. Spring and a little bit of autumn. I like autumn because of the colors of the leaves and things like that. But spring is definitely, I would say, my season. My season is spring. I love sitting at my desk at home, because I work on the second floor at home, and I love sitting at my desk at home, and I love watching, you know, the trees start to bud, and then the leaves coming out and stuff like that. So the leaves, you know, blooming and things like that. So I really, really, really like, sorry about that, I think I'm gonna use some of this paper here. I really like spring. And also I'm one of those people that like to plant, so definitely I like spring, because then I can start planting my veggies. Yes, I am whatever's easy to maintain, and whatever my family eats or I eat, because I can count the vegetables that they actually eat, then I would plant it. If you know what that, you know, like I'll plant spinach and green beans and lettuce and rockets and what else will I plant? Tomatoes and eggplant or brinjals, and what else? Green peppers. All those things I will plant it. Squash, butternut, and things like that. So and I get very excited. I get very chilies or yeah, you know, chilies. So I get very excited if I can walk into my garden. Where's my glue sheet? Oh, there's it. If I can walk into my garden and like gather a few leaves of rocket and lettuce and then some baby tomatoes and stuff like that, and come into, you know, our home and make up a salad with it and stuff like that. I get in, like, I will even say, this is the life, you know. So even in my family, I'm known for, my mom and my father-in-law will always phone and say, so what's in your garden? A kind of a thing. So right now in my garden is mint, thyme, rosemary, what else? Mint, thyme, and rosemary, because that's the only thing that survives the winter. Oh, rocket is coming up as well. I saw rocket coming up. Yeah, in coriander. For some reason, you would think that I would be able to grow it without you know, problems, but for some reason coriander grows, but I want it to be healthy and green, and I don't know whether this weather is conducive for that, because for some reason it doesn't work. It doesn't grow the way it used to grow for me when I lived in KZN. My coriander used to be wild in KZN. like wild, grow wild and thick and luscious and stuff like that. Not here, not here. It struggles to grow. And